Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time I'm going to be doing a fill, except for this time it's going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I am applying the forms on her nails, and of course she already has acrylic nails on, but she wants to make them a little bit wider. She feels like they are, a little bit too narrow for her. So instead of doing a new set, because she hasn't had this set for too long, I'm just gonna go in and just make the acrylic a little bit wider, or just add acrylic to make the nails a little bit wider. So I'm just applying the nail forms. The key to applying the nail forms is basically making sure that there's no gaps in between the nail that's already there and the form. So as you can see, I grabbed the form, I wiggle it around to make it, like to basically shape it into the shape of your natural nail. So like give it a little C curve, and then I place it right underneath the nail, and then just stick the little tabs together underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply those on all of the nails. These forms I believe are from Amazon, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below. But again, you can do this even if you don't want to widen the width of the nail. You could always just use forms to sculpt nails. I do have a video that I did a while back. I don't do this too often. I believe she's the only person that I've ever done this on. I think I've done it maybe once or twice on her, and this is probably like, well, I think this is really the third time. But again, the reason why we're doing this is because she hasn't had this set on for too long, so she didn't want to have to take it off and get a whole new set. So after this, of course, we're just going to go in with the primer. And sorry, I forgot to mention that before I started applying the forms, it was the same process as all the other times, just pushing back the cuticles, removing the shine from the natural nail, and then of course at first I just removed the gel polish. So now I'm going in with the Mia Secret acrylic system in the color pink. And the first bead that I'm placing is going to be at the tip. As you can see, I place the bead down, patting it down, and then just shaping my nail, making sure that I apply the acrylic a little bit on the sides, and just pushing it up to shape the nail however I want. It's going to look a little bit more squarish, like an in-between square and coffin, so not too narrow and not too wide. And then of course, once you have once you've built the free edge or the tip, you go in and just fill in the rest of the nail at the back, closer to the cuticle area. Remember that when you're applying acrylic, you want to be really gentle, not to brush the acrylic down too hard, because you don't want to brush the product away. And just like any other time, make sure that you have a nice thickness at the cuticle area, or sorry, at the apex area. Make sure that you have a nice apex and the nice thickness at the tip. As you can see, it looks really good. We gave it some width, and then we're going to do that on the rest of the nail. So same thing, placing the bead down at the tip, patting it down, and then just shaping it up at the free edge, and then just filling in the back of the nail. So it didn't take too long. So again, this is something that is optional if you want to either make the nails longer or make the nails a little bit wider, instead of doing a whole new set. You can definitely do this, but as far as the application is going to be the same thing, making sure that again you have a good apex and a good thickness at the tip. And again, this is the Mia Secret acrylic system in the color pink. And as I mentioned before, as you can see, my acrylic is really easy to work with. It's not too runny. And the way that I do that is by just adding a few drops of acetone into my monomer once it's in the little dappen dish. And it helps the acrylic dry a little bit faster. So if you're a little bit more advanced with doing nails, I know the Mia Secret tends to be a little bit on the runnier side, which is perfect for beginners because it gives you more time for it to, for you to play around with it before it dries. But for someone that's been doing nails for a little bit longer, it tends to again be runnier. So if you just add a few drops of acetone to the monomer, it will help it dry a lot faster. So that's why it's so easy for me to work with it this way. And then as always, I'm using my alpha brush in a number 10, and it's an oval shape, and I'll be sure to leave the link down below for you guys. And then remember that when you're doing this, make sure that you look at the nail from different angles to make sure that you have a nice apex and a nice thickness at your tip. As you can see, this one, I went back in and added a little bit more right in the middle. So it's really, really important that you pay attention to what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for, of course, this thumb, and then for the other hand as well. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and just remove the forms, and it's literally like a sticker, so you just peel it right off. And then after this, we're going to go in and just reshape the nails. I'm going to use my 100 nail file, and just like any other time, just going in on the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle. And as you can see, I am going to have a lot more little rough edges, so that's why, you know, we have to go in and reshape the nails. And then I'm also going to file a little bit on the surface of the nail on some of the nails to just make sure that, you know, my tip is not too thick, or the sides, you know, since I added, of course, more acrylic. And sometimes, you know, with the hand file, you're not, or with the e-file, you're not able to do this too good. I don't know if you guys, I don't even know how to explain that, but I'm just going in with my hand file and just filing, you know, towards the free edge with my hand file. So we're going to go ahead and do this on all of the nails. Again, she didn't want her nails too narrow. And, you know, after doing fills and after reshaping the nails, each time that she gets a fill, it kind of makes the nails a little bit more narrow each time. So that's why she wanted to go back to a little bit wider. So I'm going to go ahead and finish reshaping the nails, and then we can move on to the next step. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with my extra fine drill bit and we're going to file all of the nails. As always, making sure that we focus around the cuticle area first, going from the right side over to the left side, just going back and forth until we're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way we know that the acrylic is not on the skin. And then also, if any acrylic gets underneath the nails, you can just turn the hand over and then just file underneath the nail, which I will be doing. So make sure that you pay attention to the underneath of the nail, or to the bottom of the nail as well. But again, this is the extra fine drill bit. We're using the Melody Susie nail drill. I'm using it at 10,000 RPMs. Again, make sure that you focus around that cuticle area first. Alrighty, so my phone actually went dead while I was recording, but once we finish filing the nails, of course, we're going to just buff them. When you buff them, that's to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nail from the hand file or the e-file. And then we're just going to dust the nails off, wipe them off, and then we'll be applying the polish. So for the polish, I'm using my Madam Glam Perfect White Gel Polish. And as always, I do have a promo code for Madam Glam, so I'll be sure to leave that down below for you guys. Again, this is Perfect White, and we're going to do 2 coats of this color on all of the nails and curing each coat for 30 seconds. Alrighty, so after I did the 2 coats of the white on all of the nails, I'm going to go in with my black gel polish in the color Perfect Black, also by Madam Glam. And I'm going to be using a dotting tool to do the little cow print. And y'all, I used to do it with the little small nail art brush. And then for some reason, I thought to grab my cuticle, not my cuticle, but my dotting tool when I was going to do this set. And it was a lot easier than doing it with the brush. You literally just dip your little dotting tool into the gel polish and then just do it, move it around, and you create your little cow print. So it was super easy to do. Definitely would recommend using a dotting tool instead of the brush. It literally will make your life a lot easier. So we're gonna do this on these 3 fingers. On the thumb, we're gonna do 2 horizontal lines closer to the tip of the nail, and then on the pinky, we're just gonna outline the entire pinky around the perimeter with the same black. And of course, after this, we're gonna cure this hand for 30 seconds. Alrighty, so again, we're going to go ahead and cure this hand for 30 seconds. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on this other hand. So cow print on the ring finger, middle finger, and index. And then on the pinky, we're going to outline the perimeter of the nail. And then on the thumb, we're just going to do 2 horizontal lines closer to the tip. Cure for 30 seconds. And then afterwards, we're going to come back in with the Madam Glam Gel Top Coat. Alrighty, so again, we're going in with the Madam Glam Gel Top Coat. We're going to apply that on all of the nails. As you guys know, or as you guys can see, I absolutely love Madam Glam. The gel polishes just go on so good. They have the perfect coverage. They have a huge selection of gel polishes, and they are worth every penny. So again, I do have a promo code for them, so I will be sure to leave it down in the description for you guys. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out really pretty, and I'm just absolutely loving this. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.